Moving on to number 4. And this is where people that know me realise I've gone off at an angle because this is green. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Now you may know that I'm absolutely addicted to Emma's colours, the Tiny Turner's colours. I sell them on toonpish.com because I love them so much. Her selections are amazing. She wants to add new ones into her collection. And she sent me a load of samples. They are Holographic Chameleon pigments. I couldn't wait to try them out, but I've just picked, there was loads, but I've just picked a few that I think were the best ones. And I want your opinion of what you think of them. Would you work with them? Do you like the selection of colours? Would you like to see more colours? I really do need your opinion on this one. I'm going to try out 5 different colours, and to do that I need a mould. Now this is a mould I purchased from Temu, I believe. It's quite a cheap mould, and if I can find the link I will put that in the description box below. But it's just a mould I'm going to use for all 5 pieces. Also I wanted to see what the mould was like. So this is the first colour and I'm going to call it number 1, just so you can keep a reference of what they are. It was so difficult because all the colours are numbered really oddly, and I wanted to make this video with a few of them, but I need a reference for you to be able to tell me which one you like. So this one is number 1. Now I think this is a green copper colour. This is the first time I'm using it in a mould, so you're seeing it as I'm seeing it, but it's got quite a lot of pink in there actually. We won't know what it really comes out like until it's got black behind it and it's turned out of the mould. So I'm just going to colour these moulds with the colours, burnishing the colour into the mould like I do with all Emma's pigments. I'm not going to put you through every bit of colouring and every bit of pouring black resin on the back, because once you've seen it once you're going to see it over and over and over. I'm trying 5 different colours after all. So quite a lot of the making process will be cut from the video. And I wanted to see how much I used as well, and there's still quite a lot left in the pot, so even though there was only a little to start with, I didn't use a lot on this mould. To start with, this looks like a pink green to me, and it actually has quite a lot of pigment colour considering it's on a white mould. What do you think of this colour? Is it something that would appeal to you? Throughout the trial I'm going to use polyurethane black resin. It's quick, very quick actually. It cures in 40 minutes and you only get 30 seconds to stir it. It's equal quantities in weight, and I will again put this link in the description box below. I didn't know how much I needed, so I used 100ml roughly of part A and 100ml of part B. You stir it, as I said, for 30 seconds. You don't get much time with this, but it does say on the bottle you need to shake the bottle vigorously before you pour it. And this is an old batch. It looks discoloured, but when it comes out black, you're not going to see if the uncoloured part is discoloured or not. After this one, I did buy a new batch. I completely filled the mould with the black, and it is really runny, so it should get into all the detail of this mould. I wasn't sure whether the mould was flat. Like I said, it was a cheap mould from Temu, so you never know how they're going to come out. But it was one I wanted to use to see what it worked like. I actually really like the design of this, and I'm hoping it comes out quite well. The hair parts were slightly lower than the main body, but they still filled up with resin okay. I made sure I used a micro brush to get into the curls of the hair, topped it up and realised I still had a little bit of resin left, so next time I won't make so much. I sprayed it with isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any surface bubbles, and I left it to cure for 40 minutes. Once it's cured, we can actually see what this colour looks like. I left in a few demoulding sounds for you on this video. but I do think I need to record those properly in future. So it's a pink green, and you can definitely see the holographicness of the pigment, especially on the legs. Now I will concentrate on the legs because the legs are shiny. Quite a lot of this mould is matte, but parts of it are shiny, and the legs is where you're going to see the holographicness of each colour more. Now I'm going to show these colours properly at the end with different photography so that you can actually see them better. But for now, that's the first colour, and this is colour 1. So we're going to move on to colour 2. And as I said, don't take any notice of what's written on the pot because I've written random numbers on there myself, trying to figure out what colours each of these were. Now this seems to be more of a copper colour than anything else. It's very similar to the colour previously, and I'm not going to put you through everything of these. I'm just going to show you briefly what each colour is before they get turned out. You know the drill. I colour the mould, I pour it with black polyurethane, and I let it cure. Now although the second one does have a touch of green, it is more of a pink gold, but we don't really know until we've poured the black resin into the mould and it comes out the other end. So again, I'm filling up number 2. I just want to say a quick hello and welcome to all my new subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed already, maybe you would consider doing so. It doesn't cost anything and it will definitely help my channel out. And also a thumbs up is really important, or a thumbs down. It's interaction with the channel, and that will help YouTube know that my channel content is worth having a look at. When it's all poured, I squirt it with isopropyl alcohol and I leave it to cure for 40 minutes. Again. So about an hour later I can demould. This mould is becoming looser to demould. The more you use a mould, the easier it is to demould from it. So yeah, it's definitely a copper colour, but there is still green in there. So it's a green copper with gold and very holographic. Moving on to number 3. Most people will know that I love purple. And as there was a purple one in this selection that I had to try, not got to try it, haven't I? This is a lilac-y purple. It's not a bright dark purple, but it's definitely purple. Again, I'm doing exactly the same. I won't put you through the whole lot. You know the drill. Colour the mould, pour in black. So this is what it's looking like before I put the black resin in, and it's definitely purple and holographic. I'm speeding up the demoulding here. You've seen the demoulding already. We just want to see what colour it is, don't we? And it is definitely a lilac purple. But I am interested to see what other colours are in there too. And I think there's a green in there. What colours can you see? Let me know in the comment section below. Moving on to number 4. And this is where people that know me realise I've gone off at an angle because this is green. Now I chose this colour, 1 because I don't like green and I really do want to see what it's like, but 2 because I think it was one of the most pigmented colours in the samples that I had. And it's got purple in it too. Once it's all coloured, you can definitely see it is a purple green. That, to me, is very different. Okay, so this is all cured up and I'm quite looking forward to seeing this green. And it's definitely got a purple tint to it. It's quite greyish looking actually, but the purple is definitely there, and so is the green. Moving on to number 5. So this is the last one I'm going to show you. And I chose this one because it has a green in it, but it also is like turquoise. There are some others that are very similar colours to these, but I thought this one was more striking, and again, it's got a hint of purple in there. Purple and turquoise. That's actually quite a nice combo. Once I'd filled the mould, it looked quite pink, and that was quite bizarre to me, but we won't know until it's finally made. So let's just get on and make it. And I got a bit reckless with pouring this black. By this point, I knew exactly how much black I needed for this mould. I needed 86 ml of part A and 86 ml of part B, in case you ever get to make this mould yourself. And again, I'm quite excited to see how this turned out with the black behind it. Don't forget, whenever you put white behind holographic or any chameleon pigments, you won't get the same effect. And this is definitely a turquoise purple. Now I am going to put some footage at the end so that you can see close up. It's very difficult to film holographic colours, so I've tried really hard to film an accurate description of the colour, if you catch my drift. Now I did want to go on and combine all 5 colours in one piece. So I've coloured this piece with all of the 5 colours, and I'm really excited to see how this one comes out, how they work together in one mould. So we'll see that at the end. So let's have a look in detail at each one. This is number 1. It has a green tint to it. It is mostly pink, but there are golds. There is definitely a gold shimmer to it as well. So this is kind of a pink green, but with a copper twist. Anyone would tell you who's used to filming YouTube videos or taking photographs, holographic colours are really hard to film. You have to have the darkness down low to be able to see the holographic effect, and then it becomes quite grainy with the pictures. But I really wanted you to see it. Seeing it in front of you with your own eyes is totally different. You can pick it up quite simply. This number 1, I think, is more pink than anything. A pink green copper is how I would describe it. What would you class it as? It's so strange looking at it from different angles, but pink is its dominant colour and green its secondary, I would say. So this is number 2, and this is more of a copper colour, brassy peach colour if you like, with a green on gold tint. This is definitely more of a lighter colour than the first that was more pinkish. This one is more brassy. But again, the holographicness of the powders is quite breathtaking. So this is number 2. You can see on the legs all the different shades of colour that are in these powders. There's all sorts in there. Pink, blue, green, copper, brass, you name it, it's in there, but it's a really quite light shade to see. It's more of a peach, I would say, peach brass than anything else. These colours are not named, they're just in sample pots, and I wanted to share them with you. I chose a black background so that it would push the colours out. You can use white behind these sort of colours. They will be quite muted if you do. They won't have the brightness that you get with black behind them. But you can do it. And actually, the more I look at this, the more I think it's like a rose gold. Would that be an accurate description to you? I think it is more of a rose gold than brass. So this is number 3. Now it's obvious it's a lilac purple. You can't really get away from that. That's what it is. But it does have other shades of different colours in there too. The holographicness of the colour is quite striking. Again, there is greens and blues in there you can see on the legs. The purple or lilac colour is really quite vibrant in this colour, But there is, like I said, other shades. It's not so chameleon-ish as the other two have been. But you know what I'm like with purple, I had to do it. It does have a chameleon shimmer to it, but it's quite subtle. And it's kind of brassy too. So I would say it has more silver and blue in it as a chameleon twist than any other colour. You can see as we twist it, it's got that kind of yellowy goldiness to it, but it is quite subtle. So this is number 4, and this is the greener one, but with a purple tint. So it's more green than anything else, but it does have this purple shimmer to it, together with, again, brassy effect. The holographicness of it shows the purples and the pinks in this colour. The green is more of an apple green than any emerald. It's more of a tree green. It's definitely not my type of green, but I know there's plenty of people out there that do like green. But it's got that purple tint to it, and because of that, it draws me in. It's got gold and copper and pink in there as well. You can see that with the close-ups, and that holographic shimmer to it, that is quite special. Those legs are definitely the place to look to see the different colours. And the design of this mould does give you lots of angles to see the different colours. I'm quite glad I used it. An ultra macro close-up will give you a different appearance of the same thing. How strange. And finally, this is the last one. This is the one I said was turquoise. And looking at it like this, it looks more purple than turquoise. But it does depend on the angle that you're looking at. It's quite a silvery turquoise with the black behind it. Again, there's lots of different shades of colours in there. You can see on the legs, it covers a wide variety of colour. But it is more silver turquoise than anything else in most directions. How beautiful are these holographic chameleon pigments? But I'm interested to know what you think about them. Which one do you prefer? What number is your favourite? Are they something that you would like to add to your collection of colours? What do you think you would use them on most? I'm really interested. Let me know in the comments section below. Finally, I did make the last piece with all 5 colours, and I coated the wings in clear UV resin so that I could have a shiny surface that would highlight the wings more than anything. They're my favourite colours, those wings. From different angles, the hair and the legs look similar, but they are different when you have a close-up look at different angles. Believe it or not, all 5 colours are in this piece, and they all work really well together. Well, I really enjoyed messing around with these holographic chameleon pigments. I definitely would like to know your opinion of what they look like, whether you like them, whether you think they're worth investing in, what colours you would like to see in them if you had the choice. I do want to thank Emma for giving me the opportunity to try these colours. I don't know if the collection will actually come out, but I still would like your opinion, and maybe it will help Emma too. What do you think is your favourite and why? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've got something out of it. Come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week. Happy crafting, and bye for now.